Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk with Real Fitness. Today we have special guest Ellie, who's been with the gym a little over 4 years. So Ellie, thank you for being a long time group class member at Real Fitness, and thank you for joining us today. And we're gonna start out by jogging your memory a little bit. Can you remember 4 years ago what made you come into Real Fitness? Like why you got started with us?
Yeah, definitely. And firstly, thank you so much for having me.
For
I'll be
sure.
honest, when this was when this was brought up to me, I thought to myself, absolutely not. That is not a bit
Yeah.
of me whatsoever. I'm not a public speaker. I thought this is going to be awful. But then I thought about it and I thought, actually, this is so out of my comfort zone. And if something's out of your comfort zone, I think that's when you have to say yes. So
There you go. There you go.
100%.
That I would say that surprises me though, because you always seem like a very social, like comfortable
Yeah.
around a lot of people. You came to a lot of the different gym like hikes and social events, so you don't
Took
strike
the
me as
words right
like
out of my
a
mouth.
you don't strike me as like
Yeah.
an introvert.
do you know
Yeah.
what people say that to me, and I just think I'm very good at putting on an act. To be
Okay.
honest, I should probably
Okay.
have been an actress because
So when you
I'm
saw,
very good.
wait, so when you saw me, whether that was acting,
Yeah, I can do it in a short amount of time. Like,
Busted.
she bumped into me the
And
other
then I
day
go,
and she saw me, and she was all like what we described her, bubbly, cheerful, very pleasant. And now you're saying that it's all an act.
yeah, it is all an act,
all an act.
honestly. Yeah. My social
You're good.
battery
You're
is
good.
very,
You're good at that.
very short. But yeah, so anyway, thank you for having me.
For sure.
And yeah, I do remember actually. So I was living over in Palms, like Culver City area, and I was going to one of the big sort of franchise gyms over there. But when I had any spare time, I always gravitated over to Playa del Rey, whether it was like grab a coffee and go for a walk or go for a run down the beach. So I knew I wanted to move over this way, but one of the most important things for me was to find a gym that sort of really fit with what I like, which is classes and that community feel. So I saw Real Fitness. I knew it was on the corner, but I actually had a friend whose husband went to Real Fitness,
Mm.
and she said, "Oh, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a man gym, a bit broy." This is like obviously back then. I was like, "Oh no, it's not really what I'm looking for." But then I thought, you know what? I'll give it a go. And I'm so glad I did, because it was the complete opposite of what I'd been told, and there were actually probably more women there than there were men.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And yeah, real community, and the classes were awesome. So I'm really glad that I didn't listen and get put off by that one opinion. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then as soon as I can't remember if I did a trial or if I just signed up, but yeah, as soon as I moved over, I knew that was the gym for me. And I will say, like with my travels, and my friend Becca, who I met at the gym, we've never found a gym like it in all our travels. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
very fortunate to have found
I didn't
it.
realize you guys met. For some reason, I thought you guys were friends prior. That's cool. You guys met at the gym.
Yeah. So we met at the gym. We were doing classes together, and then it was actually Becca. She like made the first move, and she was like, "We should hang out." I was like,
Cool.
yeah, and I was like, "Oh my god, I made a friend. This is amazing."
That's cool. Yeah.
That's great.
So-
So,
That's great.
so since you start, first of all, I'm glad that you decided to go check out for yourself instead of taking the word of your friends as far as the gym was concerned. But like, since you've been coming here, well, what results have you seen?
Definitely, I would say the main thing that I've noticed is my strength. But when I was going to the other gym, I did a lot of HIIT classes, and whilst that is, they do have the strength element to it. At Real Fitness, I've been able to really focus on strength in the strength classes. So you can do the HIIT if you want to do that, but that like the Monday night class with Jessie, just absolutely love it. Really focus on that sort of upper body, lower body, and the glutes class as well. So I think that's sort of where I've mainly seen it is in my strength. I think I was always quite good with cardio, But yeah, absolutely. Like I've got some like definition on my
Nice.
arms. Actually, talking about Becca as well. So she's like, so much stronger than me. But it's good because it's been like a bit of healthy competition.
Okay.
Like I can never lift what she lifts. She's awesome. But if she's like reaching for the 40s, like I could never do that. But I'm like, well, but I'm gonna try the 30 because I don't want to embarrass myself.
So you're here to tell the women of the world that it's okay to lift heavy weights.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I'm so
And what,
impressed when I go to the gym and I
You didn't
see
bulk up. You didn't turn into like
no,
a she-male. You just, yeah.
nothing.
no, absolutely not. No,
So what?
that's just nice and toned.
Okay. So what has you? How did you impress yourself with the workouts that we do here? What workout that you do that's a strength workout that impresses you? Like, holy, I could do this, or I'm getting better at this, or I got this. Which is there a workout in here that you impressed yourself?
Well, I did do some squats once with the 70-pound kettlebell.
Oh, nice.
I
Wow.
only did about 3 of them, to be honest.
Oh, three,
But
70 pounds.
yeah, so it's like, ugh, but I
Just getting it up, to
yeah,
hold is hard. Yeah,
Moving that.
I think Jesse might have helped me pick it up, to be honest.
yeah,
But yeah,
Yeah.
but I gave it a go and I did it. So I was
Well,
really
you know, because your frame is toned, is more on the thin, but you got a lot. You built a lot of strength, and that 70 pounds, that's impressive. Just
yeah. So
holding it, just holding it.
exactly, yeah. So that was a real achievement actually, and that's when you really start to see that compound growth. You know,
yeah.
obviously I couldn't have gone in there and just done that straight away 3-4 years ago. So yeah, it's good when you have those achievements. You know, you think, oh, good, and that consistency, and that's when you really see that the consistency.
You said
You
it.
know, you
You
see the
said it.
results from it.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Have you always been in strength training? Like, is this something you've always done in your life, throughout your life?
No. Honestly, I only really even got into fitness probably in my early 20s. Like I didn't go to a school that was really push sports. It was more of like an academic school. It was like in the middle of a town. We didn't really have like a sports field or anything like that. It was really in my 20s that I started getting into running. And then I sort of discovered like the HIIT classes and stuff like that. And so really, honestly, probably focusing more on strength really in my 30s. But it's definitely something that I'm really aware of now as I'm approaching 40. And yeah, I really want to, I really want to be strong in my 40s and 50s and beyond. So I'm really starting to concentrate on that more than I am cardio.
I wouldn't guess you were
I know.
that older or mature. I thought you were still in the early stages of life.
Oh, thank you, Charmer.
Did you ever think you would goblet squat a 70-pound kettlebell? Like that's no small feat.
No,
And you probably
no.
weigh what, one, I don't know, but what 120 maybe?
130, yeah.
Okay. So it's over half of your body weight in a goblet squat. Did you ever
Yeah,
think you would be able to do that?
no, absolutely not. No.
So what convinced you? Did Jesse just say, just get over there and pick that? Or did you like, I got to do this?
Yeah,
What made you?
that was a class again where Becca was there. So you know, a little bit of competition always helps me.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, like Jesse is so encouraging with that. You know, he really pushes you to push yourself. So I just thought, people around me were able to do it, and I thought, I'm going to give it a go. So yeah, it was good.
Well, now
I
you
don't
can't
know.
look back. So it's
Oh God.
always,
Well,
it's only moving forward. That 90-pound
I don't
kettlebell's got your name all over it.
know. Well, on when I did the glutes class on Wednesday, I think I tried. Well, I was doing the 62, but that was tough. But I'd had like 3 weeks off the class, so I was like taking it a little bit easy.
Taking it easy with the 62. Got it. Got it. Noted.
I have a non fitness. Oh, go ahead.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll do the 50. It depends what mood I'm in.
But
Ah,
it's
the
like, you
move.
think about you're like light when you're like, I'm gonna go light is much heavier than a lot of people's
Yeah.
heavy, if that makes sense. So when you're like, I'm going to chill today, you're doing heavier weight than the bulk of people.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's easy to be hard on yourself. I think you always compare yourself to the people who are doing way more than you, and you think, oh, why aren't I doing that? But yeah, it's good to take a step back and be proud of what you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here's a
And it's all
clap.
relative, it's all
Mhm.
relative.
Definitely.
Well, I have a non-fitness question for you. So you've traveled a good amount and lived in a few different places across around the globe, right? So what inspires you? What inspires you to just want to see the world? What drives that?
Oh, I've had such a wanderlust since I was a kid. Like I always wanted to move abroad. I always wanted to travel. And there's obviously the obvious answers of I just love meeting new cultures and seeing incredible landscapes and experiencing the food and just the way of life of different people. But I think, and this is probably like looking back, I think travel really is a way of growing and becoming like resilient. I've never done an all-inclusive holiday in Mexico, or all the Brits go to like Spain or the Canary Islands. Like that's not the sort of travel I'm thinking of. It's I've been so fortunate that I've been able to do some really amazing adventures.
Could you tell us, like, what are some standout ones that you've done?
Yeah, so 2014, I went to the Himalayas for a month, and I trekked a 20,000-foot peak
Wow.
in the Himalayas, so like 6,000 meters, and it pushed me to my limit, to be honest. Like it was so hard, like it was so technical, and it was so cold. One of the girls that I was with got frostbite and had to be choppered out of there.
Oh,
The
wow.
helicopter.
Wow. It was cold. Wow.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but it was like minus 31 Celsius.
Ooh.
I've
Yeah,
never,
that's
I've never learned what those sort of temperatures
Wait,
are in
21?
Fahrenheit.
yeah. I don't know the conversion either.
No,
Did you say 21?
31. So
31.
yeah, like minus 31. So
Oh,
it was
minus.
very
Oof.
cold. Yeah.
Because
So
30 is not that bad, but minus 30, that's bad. That's cold.
yeah,
Real-
minus. Yeah. Don't miss the minus.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I really came out of that actually realizing I'm stronger than I think I am, because if someone had said to me, you're going to be that cold and you're going to have to really push the limit and you're going to be up that high and the altitude is going to get to you, I got like the worst stomach bug as well up there. I was just throwing up everywhere. It was miserable, but also amazing at the same time, especially when you're like, I don't know if any of you have been to the Himalayas, but you just can't even describe the scale of those mountains. And
Could you see Everest from where you were? Like, could you see that
yeah,
peak? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
you
Oh,
saw,
wow.
just the most incredible summits.
Nothing, nothing here compares to that, huh? Like the view, like that type of
Yeah.
mountain.
Oh, honestly, it's just insane. You can't even believe your eyes.
Like how
It was
big that,
such
yeah.
the scale is, and I love that feeling of feeling so small, which I
Yeah.
know some people don't like, but I love it because it makes me realize that my problems in life are so insignificant. I love that feeling of feeling small, and it's actually when I go on adventures, that's sort of what the feeling that I want to feel. That's why I love
Mhm.
being. Just like a couple of months ago, I didn't do anything crazy, but I just drove to Yosemite. I really needed to like be in that expanse, and
Yeah.
I just drove up to like Glacier Point, and I just sat there looking at Half Dome, and I just thought, oh, this is just so incredible. And
Did you go through the valley too?
yeah, it went through the valley. I think that was the 10th time I've been to Yosemite. It's like a little bit of a spiritual home for me, that place. I just love it. So
Yeah.
um So yeah, travel for me is just it's freedom as well. You know, I love it. And then living abroad, yeah, always wanted to live abroad. And what an incredible opportunity I've been given in my life to come and live in California. Like the sun is just shining every day, and at the weekend I go meet up with my friends and go surfing. And you know, I don't do it anymore, but for about 5 or 6 years, I was a skydiver for fun. So every
Oh
weekend
wow.
I would go and jump out of planes for fun. Like that's so cool.
Was that here
Yeah.
in
So
California?
flip.
Oh,
Sorry, was that here in California?
Yeah, in
Huh.
California. Yeah, I started at Paris, like Riverside way, and then I started doing it at Oceanside.
Yeah,
wow.
Got
as
you.
someone who's scared of heights, like I'm terrified of heights. When you're up there and like they open up that door, what do you feel? Because in my mind, that's the worst possible thing ever in life. Like what when they open up that door and you look out, I can't comprehend how people are able to like jump out. That's so wild to me.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
here we
so
go.
when people say they're scared of heights, I don't really. I'm like, I get that if you're going to do a bungee jump because you could literally see like exactly what rock your head might hit if the
Yeah.
bungee like snaps. But with skydiving, it's different. I think you're so high up. I think it's actually hard for your mind to comprehend actually how that you are so high up. It's a different feeling. And yeah, I definitely would recommend it to anyone.
How
I
many
talk
jumps?
about
Wow.
feeling free.
How many jumps have you done?
503.
500. What?
Yeah, I did
Wow.
503, and then I hung my. I wanted to get over 500, and then I've hung my.
What were you like? How do you do 500 jumps? Like that? How do you even you were you going like every day for a while? That's a crazy number.
Every weekend pretty much for years,
Wow.
and you do
Wow.
like
I
sometimes
thought
you
you were gonna
just
say like five skydives, and that would have been impressive.
you
500.
you go to the drop zone, you meet your friends, and then you might do, depending on the weather and the conditions, you might do like 5 in a day, 6 in a day. Sometimes like I did 8 in a day once. You just go up,
Whoa.
jump. Yeah, I've
Wow.
jumped out of a helicopter a couple of times. Jumped
Wow.
out of a hot air balloon a couple of times. That's
Wow.
really cool
Wow.
because it's like dead air. Um,
So
so
like two. Oh, go ahead.
no, just yeah, good times.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say like you brought up bungee jumping and like the worst thing I ever did in life, I had a surprise bungee jump one time. Like I did zip lining, and at the end, they're like, "Oh, guess what? There's a surprise," and it's like the only way down was a bungee jump, and that's by far. It was like I was it was the worst. I'm like I'm never. It was so scary. It was the worst
Yeah.
feeling I've ever had in life. So again, when I think about sky, and it wasn't even that high, but it was just like it literally felt like I was dying for like 3 seconds. I'm like I'm gonna hit the ground. I'm gonna die. Never want to experience that again. And I also did a hot air balloon, and that was like another. I was so scared. It was just to
Well, I
be up.
will say I wouldn't want to be in a hot air balloon without a parachute. I think that would scare
Yeah,
me more. At least if you know you got a parachute on, if the thing catches fire, you're like,
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
you know,
I
but
thought it was gonna be really chill, and once you get up there, you start to think, wait a minute, if something goes wrong, all we can do is float down. There's no emergency like land now. I was like, wait a minute, this is not good, and you're so high in a basket. So I was like, yeah.
You know,
And
I,
you bungee jumped off that. Wow.
you know,
yeah, but
I,
I had my skydiving rig on and yeah, jumped off it. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm thinking this, but what do you eat after you do 5 jumps in one day? You got to build an appetite, and that's like,
Oh,
and that's
absolutely.
that's like risking your life for 5 times jumping out there. What do you eat after?
Oh,
What's the meal that you pick at least? Like,
probably nothing healthy, that's for sure. Um, Chick-fil-A.
Hey.
Chick-fil-A.
It's a good go-to.
So you spent a month in the Himalayas, right? I'm curious, what did you do in that month? Obviously you were hiking. I mean, it goes without saying, but like, what did you do to maintain your fitness, or did you just rely on the hiking for fitness
Yeah.
maintenance?
For that, it was just the hiking. We were hiking pretty much every day. We had some rest days, and actually, I was saying that a sickness swept through the group as well. So
Yeah.
we were all pretty much right on the end of our energy levels. So it was sort of
Mm.
just get to the next sort of tea house and collapse basically.
So no
But
push-ups and squats before you head out or anything like that. Just go
definitely
for it.
not. No, but
Definitely not.
I did a lot of training before I went on that. Well,
What was
actually, I
that
had a
like?
bit of a nightmare because I actually was in Mexico for 2 months before that trip, and I was surfing, and me and my friend that I met there actually collided, and her or whoever's fin on the surfboard slashed my leg open, and I
Wow.
had the worst stitches you've ever seen in your life in a Mexican hospital on Christmas Day as
Oh
well.
my gosh.
And I was
That's
so
horrible.
worried. I thought, no, I'm not going to be able to go on the pool trip. Like, this is just ruined, like everything, because I had to wear these like super mountaineering boots for the trip, and it would have like rubbed
Mm-hmm.
on the scar. But luckily, I'd had just enough time for it to just about heal, and then I just protected it. So actually, I probably wasn't as fit as I would have liked to have been going into that trip, just because I was injured.
Right.
But because I had been working out for, I'd been so consistent for so long before, I think I was fine.
Right.
So
Well, you said how long were you in Mexico for?
that was 2 months.
2 months. And did you do anything besides surfing for fitness, or was it mainly surfing?
That's when I went to a gym in Oaxaca City.
Oh, okay.
So I was surfing, and I was meant to be surfing for 2 months. I was like, right, this is my time. I'm gonna get so good at surfing. I'm gonna be ripping. And then after 2 weeks, got injured, and then I thought, oh no, what am I gonna do now? I was like, well, I don't want to go home, so I ended up getting the night bus to Oaxaca City, and having an amazing time in the city instead. And because I had that horrible gash in my leg, um, it was harder to exercise, but I still went and did some classes and just did stuff that didn't sort of pull on the
Oh,
What,
wound.
what kind of CrossFit? CrossFit
Yeah,
classes? Gotcha.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
But now you got years under your belt. Obviously, you're an outdoorsy person that I'm just learning. So, with all this new knowledge and wisdom, what what is it that you're doing, or what is that you're starting doing that you could take anywhere? Like, since you travel and you do all this lifestyle, what is one thing you learned from working out now all this time? Because you said consistency. What is a movement that you say I could do this anywhere I go now? What would be
I was
that
trying,
movement?
yeah, one that is, I'd, if it was one movement, I'd want to try and get as many parts of the body moving. So maybe like what are they called? Uh, what is it when you lift it up like this? You like squat,
Snatch?
snatch. Yes,
Snatch, an explosive snatch, like a lunge, and then snatch it up, or
yes, yeah.
squat.
Get the legs working, get the core working, get the
Yeah,
arms working. I
it's not
think,
boring.
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
boring. Yeah, yeah. I think that would be if I could only do like
Ha,
one
that
on
means you have
purpose
to
for you.
find. Means you have to find a gym with a dumbbell or find a heavy rock.
Rock,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, I do love well, I actually don't. I actually despise them. The split squats.
Oh,
Oh, you
yeah.
Yeah.
despise them.
I would say if you did a gym survey, you probably wouldn't have split squats high on the list of favorites for people. I
No,
don't
no.
like.
What I
Yeah,
do, what I do like about them is I ache every time, so I feel
yeah,
like they're really doing something every single
yeah,
time. So
yeah.
Perfect.
I'm like, okay, I quite like the ache.
They're one of the most
Great
simplest but
exercise.
effective exercises.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think it to see it, but when you do it and you do it heavy, it's like they're so effective.
Yeah,
Definitely, yeah. So
it's an acquired taste. Working out is an acquired taste because
It sure
it's not a
is.
feeling of like, oh, this feels fantastic. No, it has to feel fantastic because it burns. It's uncomfortable.
it's
It bothers you.
discomfort,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I
You have
think
to
if you're the
get.
sort of person who can get through the discomfort, I think it's
Yeah.
like we're saying, like resilience. I think it's a good trait to have. I think.
I would say a split squat is a great travel exercise. I've been places where like in a hotel and I just put my back foot on the bed and just did as many body weight split squats until my legs hurt. And it's
Yeah,
like you don't need any weight, and that's anywhere you can take that. And
Yeah.
find a
yeah,
boulder, put your
really,
back foot up on there, and have at it. So yeah.
absolutely.
So
Wow.
like what advice would you give to your peers who are struggling, or they're thinking about working out but they're not quite sure, like they haven't made it. Like, what would you tell them? Like your advice, Ellie's advice. Like, how would you motivate them to get into the gym? Just do it.
I think the physical side of working out is obvious. I think everyone knows that. You know, if you work out, you're going to get fitter, and you know, you potentially, hopefully, will start to look better as well. But I think actually, I think people should start going to the gym. The advice I would give is actually for your mind. And I know we've been speaking a lot about, well, maybe the physical side of things, but for me, actually, the mental health benefits I get from the gym are they're just so important to me. I am definitely someone who can overthink things, and sometimes I, get quite anxious about things and worry, and the gym just helps me so much. And I think if people knew the benefits on their mind more, then I think that there'll be way more people in the gym.
It's a natural antidepressant.
It
Yeah.
absolutely is. I listened to a podcast, it was ages ago now, and it was a doctor, and he said, I wish I could prescribe exercise because it's just so good for you. And I heard this really like cool thing recently, it was like a saying, and like when you're anxious or nervous, or you got that like butterflies feeling, I heard someone said that you need to get those butterflies flying in formation, and it just really like struck a chord with me. And I thought, yeah, that's what the gym does to me. I can go in there, I've had a rubbish day at work, I'm worrying about this or that, the other, and whatever, and I go in the gym and the butterflies are going everywhere, and within 10-15 minutes they're flying in formation, and I love that, and it just struck a chord with me, and I think, I love that, and I remember that now. So
Yeah,
I think if
cool.
someone wanted my advice, I'd say, if you want to get your butterflies flying in formation, get to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Take control of the situation. That's really good.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, last question. You've been all over the world. What's the one place right now that you're like, I want to go here? Like, what's your bucket list place that you haven't checked off?
Oh, absolutely, Patagonia.
Oh,
Patagonia.
nice.
Yeah,
It's on
yeah.
fire right now.
Pardon?
It's on fire right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
Oh, wow.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, that's my number one. Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've just got such a pull to the mountains. Definitely a mountain girl for sure. So yeah, that's number one. I will definitely
right.
get there.
Yeah. You'll make it happen for sure.
You'll be
For
ready.
sure. You got to lug along. You got to bring along your 70-pound kettlebell next to
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about
You can have ours. Take that one. That's
Take
on
it.
us.
that.
We'll pay the luggage fee too.
There you go.
Imagine.
Well, all right, Ellie, thank you so much
Yes.
for joining us. It was very
Awesome.
inspiring. Great, especially those last few things you said. Great. I like that. Get the butterflies into formation. That was really cool. That was a good one. But yeah, thanks. Oh, what's that?
Thank you. No,
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
very, very enjoyable. Thank you for taking me out of my comfort zone. I need to go
Definitely.
and have a glass of wine or something now. Decompress.
All right,
Help
there
get
we
your
go.
butterflies
There we
in
go.
formation.
Because, man, we learned
Yeah.
so much about you. We didn't know about you. You're an
All
exciting
right, yeah. Thank you, and